Hello. Today on DIY with Chris. Hello everyone, we're doing a product review on something that we just got to help us clear out some of the homestead stuff, and it is the the Brush Grubber BG08 heavy duty. It's a stump puller in a sense. So this is the box that it came in. It is decently heavy for being this small of a box, so I think it is going to be decently good quality. We purchased this on Amazon and it was $74.29 and Prime eligible, so we did get the free shipping there. Manual here. The manual does have a breakdown of all of the parts, so you can order replacement parts. And so on the actual reviews from Amazon, has a 4-star review with 215 different customer reviews. I went down to the 1-star reviews, and the most common problem is that they're just saying that it was not able to, it broke, wasn't able to withstand a few inches of tree saplings when they were trying to pull them out of the ground. And when it did break, they contacted customer service to get the replacement parts because it is under warranty, at least for a little while. And customer service either hasn't sent them the parts yet, even though they said that they would, or refused to send them parts, saying that they were using too big of a vehicle or whatnot. And then some just complain about the actual quality and build of the product itself. But that's pretty standard. Pretty much any product that you get always has a few of those reviews. So overwhelmingly 67% of the reviews for this product were 5-star reviews, so that's pretty good in my book. And I would say that those other instances are just a few and far in between. That just happens every so often with any product that you may order. So some of the basic stuff we're looking here is this doesn't have a 360-degree swivel, but it does go back and forth. It has good securing pin and washer there. It has a spring to help actually keep it tugged nice and tight. It does have these points right here. Both of these do spin as well, so you can adjust those and get a better bite on whatever you're using. They do have a more heavy-duty version of this also, so if you're looking for something a little bit more heavy-duty, then you can also look at that one. It was a little bit more expensive. Don't remember the price right off. So this is saying that it requires cutting off the tree, leaving a 3 to 4 foot high tree trunk to attach the brush grubber to. So that's just some general information on it. And whenever we go out and actually use this, because I do have a few smaller stumps that I do need to remove, and so that's why we got this. Whenever we go out and do that, we will go ahead and get a video of it and show you. And some people had it break on their first try, so I mean, we're going to put a video up of that, and you can actually decide for yourself if this is something that you would actually want to use. A lot of other people did say that they've had it for quite some time, and one individual just said that it broke when he tugged on it a little too hard, so he probably had some slack in the chain and kind of got to run and start, and that's what broke it. So you just got to be careful and actually get that slack out and then do a nice slow pull. If you have any questions on that, just let me know and I'll try and answer them the best I can. A reference for you for the stuff that we've been pulling out with this just a little bit ago is, so again, this is one of the members that has multiple trunks coming off of one root system, and so this is the difference between clamping it
as low as possible on a thick member, and it broke off this huge section. So this root system is still broken, so it didn't pull the entire thing out, but that is a very large chunk. And the brush clump puller didn't even come close to this. It didn't pull anything out, but this is the type of stuff that we are getting with this actual stump puller. Alright everybody, we are just wrapping up this video, and I've actually been really impressed with this. I haven't been having any of the issues that anybody else did in any of the 1-star reviews. Nothing broke. I also did go slow when I was using my truck, because I am using my truck to pull these stumps in all the videos that you would have just seen. And I'm going slow. I'm going real slow until I can get full tension onto it, and then from there is when I'll actually hit the gas a little bit more and pull the stump. So if you have that slack in the chain and you just try and gun it, is where you're probably going to run into your stuff breaking. The brush grubber chain, the 6-foot chain that we were using, that's how that one broke. And so I'm actually using right now this, it's a 14-foot logging chain. There's no problem with the brush grubber stuff. It was just because I went too fast, and that's how that one broke. I'm just using this logging chain because I got this in order to move some bigger logs that are out in the yard, and so I just happen to have it, and it's also 14 feet long, so it gives me a better range. Some things that will help you guys with this is we have been pulling a bunch of just smaller ones here. So we did have about that 2-inch stump that was on the other side. That was the first video that you saw, and then the other videos were right here behind me, and that was just smaller clumps. So it can be pretty difficult to try and pry this apart this way if you're just trying to pull from up top. It's doable, but it's just not as easy. So a trick to help you out is just flop that shackle out of the way, and even if that's hooked onto something, just flop that in the chain out of the way and press the back of that on your leg, because you're probably going to be you should be doing it as close to the ground as possible, and then just take these, put your hands up here on this and pull back to your leg, and it becomes so much easier. This is a almost effortless action, and it'll open up all the way. So that's your full extension. That's probably about 5 inches, 4 to 5 inches, and that's your full width. So it makes it a lot easier. I can just show you, like on this little piece right here. I'm obviously not going to pull it, but so I'll have the chain attached. So even with the chain attached, you just flop it over, and then I'm going to pull it back. It is not hard to hold it at all, and then you just put it and try and put those actual clampers, the clamping pieces on there. Another thing that's going to really help you on your pulling endeavors is put it as close to the ground as possible. There's a few other tricks that you can use. We didn't have to do them because all the stuff that we're pulling right now is small enough to where I don't have to use advantage pulling systems. So we just put it as close to the ground as possible and try and get, again, those teeth right on the base of it, and as big of a piece as possible. If you are trying to pull something that's a little bit bigger, thicker stumps, then there's a couple other tricks that you can do. If you have an old tire and wheel around, it's important that you actually have the wheel inside the tire to make sure that it's going to stay nice and firm. You can actually, if you're pulling something that's taller, then you still hook this up all the way at the base, but you run your chain up over the top of that wheel and tire, and then over to your pulling item, say our truck. And so what's going to happen is when you do that, this thing will be hooked as low as possible onto the ground, and then this chain will be going up and over the tire, and then it'll hook up to the truck. And so what it'll end up doing is when you start pulling, you'll be hooked in all the way at the ground, but it's actually going to help pull that root system straight up, which is a better way of pulling it versus out of the ground at an angle. It's going to cause a bigger hole that way, and it's just not as mechanically sound. You don't have as good of an advantage if you're just trying to pull it out sideways like that. Another way of doing it, if you don't have a tire, is some people have used a bar, so you just attach a bar or something to a base plate, and you just run that chain up on the top of the bar. So sometimes they'll put a ring on the top of that bar, then you can run your chain through it, and that does the exact same thing. So this would come up to the top of that bar, and again it would be doing the same thing. It would be pulling those roots up, which is a more natural motion rather than out. The only downside to those is sometimes they're kind of wobbly and they can fall over, and then you got to reset it. But especially if you got some help, that'll help you out quite a bit. Again, I didn't have to do any of that. We do have an actual wheel and tire, so I might do another video just to show you that technique on that. But those are just some tricks and tips to help you with this. Overall, I really love this stump puller. I think it's really great, very durable, no issues with things breaking off or just not working in general at all. It's really great. I love this a lot more than the Clump puller that they have, and I do have another video for that too. The Clump puller is I believe that's another 6-foot chain, but it uses 3 chains, and it has V brackets welded to each one of the links that's on the chain. And so those V brackets are supposed to hook into the brush that you're pulling, and then try and help pull it out. So we actually used that Clump puller on a lot of these same things. It was the same roots that we were pulling on this side, which is the multiple branches coming up out of the ground, those trunks, and it didn't hold on to those. It didn't grip them at all, and it just slipped right off. So I'm not saying that's a bad product, but it just wasn't working for what we were needing it for. And this absolutely did that job, because you just clamp it right onto the thing that you want to pull out, and then make sure that you have adequate power and don't leave slack in that chain, and this will work amazing for you. They do have that bigger version that's more heavy duty, and you can look into that. I'll try and put that in the links as well in the description. But overall, I would definitely recommend this to anybody who's needing to use it. Just understand that you will be limited to the size of stump, to the size of the opening that you have. And I'm not totally sure if this could actually fully handle pulling out a 4-foot stump. I'm not sure. I don't have one of those readily accessible around. If you have any questions, please let me know. I do really like this and the whole Brush Grubber brand. We did get a few things from them, so I'm very impressed with them so far. They do have types of warranty. If you like our videos, please subscribe. It would help me out quite a bit. If there are questions being asked in the comments and you know the answer, I haven't got to it, please go ahead and feel free to answer those. This whole purpose of these videos is to help each other out. We also have our website that you can check out. It's DIYwithchris.com, so you can go there to see the projects before they ever post on YouTube, before they ever post on the actual website itself. So you can subscribe to the website, and it'll send out the emails when I put up new posts, but you can actually check the website and just go into the different pages, and if I have something made already, it will already be linked on the page, even if the post hasn't been sent out. So you can go ahead and peruse the website. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out, and it helps me be able to make more videos and help everyone else out. So I hope you have a great day, DIYers.
DIY with Chris, giving you the tools to do it yourself.
DIY with Chris, giving you the tools to do it yourself.